I beat it. The story
How,
is not as long as I thought it'd be. Like something like Witcher.
well, if you do just story missions, I'm assuming it's really short.
I get yeah, but Witcher's not like that, is it?
It would. Witcher's definitely longer if that's what you're asking.
And I've definitely done. I mean, not every side mission yet, but I've done a lot.
Because Witcher's definitely longer when you're trying to just do the story.
Cyberpunk is weird too, where I don't know how I feel it. I feel about it.
I'm again, if you're a fan, like if you're coming into Cyberpunk wanting The Witcher, you're gonna be disappointed. If you're going into Cyberpunk wanting the D&D like Cyberpunk experience, you'll be disappointed.
Yeah,
But
talked
if you
about
want,
that.
but if you want like just a story-driven game with just some first person and some Cyberpunk art, then sure, it's pretty decent.
I feel like I don't know if average is the word. There's a lot of stuff I like about it, but a lot of stuff that is not good either.
I'd say average would make sense. It's
Like
it's
I don't
like,
hate it, I don't love it either.
yep, which is not what you would want from this game.
Yeah, right. How? What year was it when they showed that like CGI trailer?
If you're talking about the very, very first one, with the one with the lady in the street and the
Yeah,
bunch of police officers shooting, that was ages ago.
yeah, but that's like when people I guess heard about the game and the hype was built around it. Obviously, the
I
game was
think
not going to be like that because it was all CGI.
I think the hype came into like full when you actually got to see like the gameplay where they showed off the world and whatnot. Because I think people kind of forgot they were hyped, but they were like, okay, there's nothing to go on off of it. But then when they showed like, here's the gameplay, here's the story, and everything looked really cool and seamless and open, people were mega excited. But then it came out, and then it
I mean, what did
completely.
they show off of the world that's not in the main game?
Oh, it is in the main game. It's just the glitches and shit, and like basically what they did, in my opinion, is that they kind of like Ubisoft it, where the trailer looked really like the gameplay trailer looked really good. Um, and then obviously they lied about, hey, the player choice is so important,
No, it's not. There's nothing like.
like Witcher.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There's some stuff for sure where if you don't do it, it changes something minor, I guess. But it's nothing like, yeah, like you said, like Witcher or
Mass Effect.
yeah, even Mass Effect with the Paragon Renegade thing,
Yep.
where some of that really matters. It's like in the beginning of the game, you could pick your how you start off, I guess. Like you could be someone from the city, someone high up, or someone outside the city, and that doesn't matter.
Yeah, it really doesn't. It
It's just
affects like maybe a line or two, and that's it.
like it adds dialogue in the future. Like if you're someone from the city talking to, I don't know, like a gangster, you can have an extra line of dialogue, but then that's it. There's nothing big. There's nothing like, oh, I can change this story because I'm from I was from the streets.
Nope. That doesn't matter. But gameplay wise, I'm assuming you enjoyed it.
Kinda. Some stuff. It's like the the mods you could do on your character. Some of them are really cool. Like there's one that lets you slow down time. And you could go with like a knife or a sword or your fist and just punch the shit out of everyone in that slow time. And then when time comes back, it's like, what the fuck happened? Like 5 people dead.
So that ability or that move is a huge deal in the anime.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, when this game came out, yeah, the anime came out way after the game, right?
Yep.
I guess they added it in an update, but I found something from the anime.
No, yeah, they added it in the update most likely. There are other stuff that was there before the update. For example, there's a drink in a bar that's named, I think, after the main character, and that, like, the game came out ages ago. Like, the anime came out literally this year, or sorry, last year. The anime came out in 2022, so when the drink was in the game, people were like, why is the drink named like this? Nobody knew why until the anime came out.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that, but I guess... Yeah.
I think there's a few things that reference the anime. There's quite a few things, but
You get his jacket. The yellow dude.
I think that was added later.
I think so. It has to be because the quest that I got his jacket, they showed the anime in the game.
Yeah, probably. Then
There's
they
a
added
whole
it in the
scene
update.
that it plays. I was like, oh, what the fuck? I'm watching an anime.
Yeah, they probably added it in an update then. But there was like a bunch of other stuff that was already there that was before the anime even came out. They thought ahead. It just, again, the game came out all garbagey, and then people didn't like it.
I forgot what I was gonna talk about. I was gonna say something else about the gameplay that I didn't like, but I lost it.
You're too overpowered.
I mean, yeah, but I'm in like end game where I got like I could get anything or craft anything.
You could talk about how like there's this one character who's built up to be like so threatening, but you beat the fuck out of him so easily.
Say the name because I don't want to say any name in case I like. Oops, I didn't mean to say that.
Well, to be honest, I don't really care.
The Atom Smasher?
Yep, Adam Smasher.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yep.
Cause he's probably the like maybe only one other character, but he's like the one big boss that you hear about all the time.
So
And you
here's
just
the
wreck him.
problem. In the D&D game, he's an actual thing. He's like a legend,
Okay.
and he's like the most threatening thing ever. Like if you go against him in the D&D game, he will literally wipe the floor with you. He's supposed to be like, I
The
guess,
biggest threat,
yeah, and
like
yet,
Diablo.
Yeah, and yet in this game, you can literally make him your bitch like so easily.
It's so weird. There's other stuff too besides the actual fight that I just don't understand. Like what you're saying right now, where he's such a big deal. You only fight him once in the game.
Yep, and you beat him
And
pretty easily.
It's weird with like how characters talk about him and stuff. I was expecting like, oh, we'll fight him a couple times through the story, and then then one big fight, like how you fight Virgil in DMC3, where like it's
fucking
building the character up.
Nemesis. Like a nemesis boss, because the guy is supposed to be like unbeatable.
Yeah, like maybe like the first fight you get your ass rocked, and then the second fight is like, okay, you're kind of getting it, but he's still ahead. If he's supposed to be that big of a deal.
Nope. There's literally a video on YouTube where I think this thing exists in the game. I think. Is there like a weird dildo thing in the game?
Yeah. It was at one point. It was the strongest melee weapon I had for a
Yeah,
while.
someone beat him with that, and it was just like, wow, that is pathetic. This is the most threatening guy, and you can beat him with this weapon. But yeah, that was funny.
What else is
Rat.
there? The with this being like open world and stuff, there's some stuff that I'm surprised is not a thing. Like you can buy vehicles and stuff like that, but you can't do anything with them. Like you can't customize them. Like if you wanted to make a car blue or change the rims or anything like that, it's like it's so weird to me because like you could do that with your own body. Why can't I do it with a car?
Yeah, that's weird. I didn't know that. I didn't know that you couldn't customize the vehicles. I thought you could.
Yeah, you just get the car as it is and that's it.
Or you get like one of them. Like you can customize one car. Like that's the car that's the most customizable, but I guess not.
That's true too. Yeah, even that.
I know that you can get a bike that is very closely similar to the Akira bike.
Dude, I'm driving it right now.
Yeah, I fucking knew it.
I found it. I was like, the fuck? This is yeah, the Akira bike. It's got a pill on the bike, like a sticker, just like the dude's jacket.
There's a lot of cool shit in the game. It's just not as great. Supposedly we're getting a sequel.
Jesus, really?
Apparently we're gonna get a Cyberpunk 2, but hopefully they learned. Hopefully it'll be better.
They've gotta. This was definitely like one of the. How would you even say it? Like, the reception of the release of the game and all that was everywhere. Like, is there even another game in history that's like that? Where it got shat on so much?
I think it's not really shat on, but nobody cared about it. There was a game called Battleborn, and it came out around the same time as I think Overwatch, and nobody gave a shit about it, and the game died within like 6 months.
That's pretty sad, but that was just incredibly unlucky to release during Overwatch then. Like that time window.
Cause it was like the hero thing with like a campaign story and like a mob type horde defense thing, and then sometimes you would fight against team versus team. But yeah, it kind of died. I forgot who it was made by. I think it was made by Epic.
Wow, really? And it
think.
failed? I would have thought with it being Epic, they would like they'd have the cash to make it be successful.
Let me see who made it.
So people, we're gonna be talking some good news tonight. We're gonna be talking about one of my favorite places, the Pacific Northwest. Since
No, it was by 2K. It was by Gearbox. There you go.
Ah.
forests grow,
Gearbox made it, and 2K published it.
nesting again and
Yeah, like that kind of makes sense. Gearbox is kind of like, honestly, a lot of their stuff aren't that great. They also did that Alien game, right? On like 360, that was awful.
Yep.
Yeah,
probably not.
Anything that's not Borderlands.
this is really true.
Growth has stretched beneath miles of the Oregon.
I'm really trying to think. Besides Borderlands, what's a great Gearbox game or good?
Unfortunately, bioplagues, acid-treated and
Time to type it in on my phone,
dead by the middle of
because I don't know all of Gearbox's games.
Well, good news for mushroom fanatics everywhere. It's back and better than ever. Biotechnic
By the way, random question. If you put on a lot of hand sanitizer on your hand, do you get like a rash?
I think so, because you're basically burning the skin, right? I feel like. Like
Okay,
you're
I should
drying
probably-
it out.
I should probably take it easy then.
Like if you're putting that much, you should put like moisturizer.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, because I'm constantly washing my hands and I'm constantly like putting hand sanitizer on, and like a small amount of little bumps appeared like at the beginning of my wrist.
I decided this was worth looking into, so I got a friend of mine to give me some
It happened on my other hand too, but my other hand is already cleared up. It just went away on its own, but this one is still there. I had to take it easy with those.
except that the place is linked up in a big way. Transmission towers,
When you play games, do you play it on
looks like even a
performance or graphics?
while the car.
Performance,
Well, I think
always, 60 frames.
Always. Yeah, I was trying it. At some point with Cyberpunk, I was trying it with I think it's supposed to be 4K. And it does look pretty, but it's like the 30 frames is so sluggish. It's weird.
Yep.
It's like I cannot do this.
Nope.
I feel
I
like
refuse.
Like it's like I'm swimming in water.
Yeah, no. For me, I think when it came to Miles Morales Spider-Man, I picked the middle one because it said you could pick ray tracing at 30, or you could pick completely just performance, or you can pick in the middle where it's like slight kind of ray tracing,
But it's not
really.
4K.
But it's not
Right?
4K and it's at 60.
Yeah, I'd probably pick with that.
Yeah, I like the middle ground if that's the case, if they are gonna give me that option.
Like as long as the game runs at a smooth 60, I guess. Like, I don't need 4K. You can like just make it better than 1080. Make it 2K.
There's a lot of old games here that I'm looking at Gearbox.
Anything that stands out that's good.
Well, for me, I liked it a lot. I love this game, but this is old. This came out in PlayStation 2, and that's 007 Nightfire.
How is it compared? Does it play like GoldenEye or no?
I'm not sure because I never really played GoldenEye.
Did it still have like the watch being the health, like the blue and the yellow red?
No, I don't think so. But I love that the multiplayer for that game. I played a shit ton of that. Also, the story mode was mega fun.
I
Like,
didn't even know
there's-
Gearbox was that old. Like PS2. I thought they were like 360 gen.
They're really old. They made a Half-Life game called Half-Life, I think, Opposing Force. Came out in 1999.
Jesus, wow.
Oh, right. They made Duke Nukem Forever.
That's right. I knew I was missing another big one that was a disappointment.
Dun, 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 dun. I
But you
played that
could
game.
smear poop on the walls and stuff in the beginning. That's great. What other game can you do that?
You could also piss in the urinal.
You said you actually liked the game.
No, like, I was disappointed, but I liked the gratuity of it, but I would never play it again.
Why not?
The game just feels bad.
Like
it is
performance
not-
wise?
I guess. Like, I don't know. It's something about the shooting. Like, it just doesn't feel right.
Hmm.
And it also looks like shit. Like, a lot of the levels have that era of, like, PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360 where it's, like, brown and gray.
Yeah, that was in a lot of games. Duke Nukem was like that?
Yeah, for some levels. Also, give me a sec.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back.
Hey.
I'm at...
Uh-huh.
I might just have to go away for, like, 5 seconds because I'm waiting for food to be delivered.
Oh, okay.
But for now, I'm good.
What'd you get?
Apparently, Pio Pio.
What exactly, though? Because they have a variety of food.
Well, I'm not sure. My mom ordered it for me.
Ah.
She says it's a surprise, and I was like, okay. All right, Gearbox.
I was gonna ask you because I just saw it while looking at my phone. Did you ever do the yearly thing for PlayStation,
What yearly thing?
where it shows you like how many hours you played and all that stuff?
I did.
You remember what it was?
I took a screenshot of it. I always do, just to save it.
Yeah, because I'm looking at it right now to see how it is.
My total hours? Is that what you're asking?
Well, I guess the whole thing. I just see the first one is hours.
I know for sure I played more than you, because you went like AFK for like a couple months.
Is it more than 3 digits? Because I got 3 digits. Oh, okay. I guess I'll go first. Mine, it says in 2022 I played 816 hours.
Okay. What about the bottom part where it says how does this year compare to last year?
I don't see that here. The bottom shows Horizon, and then right below the total hours it says I have 485 hours on PS5 games and 330 on PS4.
Oh, really? It doesn't say like.
Compared to last
Oh.
year, no. It says I played 208 days out of the year.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I wonder why I don't have that.
So I'm gonna tell you the comparison.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the comparison was I played 31 more hours played, and it says 2% more playtime compared to last year.
Only 31 hours more than last year?
Yeah, apparently.
That's actually not that bad. You're basically on the... You played the same amount.
It says 2% more playtime, but so it says in 2022 you played for 1,892 hours.
Wait, what? Say it again? 1,000 what?
892. Almost 2K.
Yeah, you have 1,000 more hours than me. I have 816. How many?
Yeah.
Did you see how many days you played?
302.
Wow, you basically missed 2 months.
Yep.
Man, that's crazy.
I played a lot.
Have you? I'm assuming you played more PS4 games than PS5.
Wrong.
Oh, you played more PS5?
Apparently.
Oh wow.
I played 275 PS4 games, which is 14.5% of my total playtime on PS4 titles. And then on PS5 it says 1,617, which is 85.5% of my total playtime.
Okay.
54 hours were played online.
Wow,
The rest
that's
is all locally.
so short compared to, cause you got 1,800. Only 50?
Yeah. Give me one sec, I gotta get the food.
Okay.
Okay, I got it.
Nice. Do you know what it is now?
I gotta open it. Actually, can I look at the receipt? Tell me.
Cheat.
Churrasco con
Ooh,
camarón.
I never had it with shrimp.
I think I've had it with shrimp before. Let's see. So what else was there?
The next thing is the games. Like how many games in your top 5?
The top 5 is what I'm scared of. But I played 84 games.
84? That's not that bad. I got 55.
Okay. I'll let you go first with your games.
It makes sense. So I guess backwards. So my 5th is Yakuza 5, and I got 46 hours on that. 4th is Yakuza 6 with 62 hours. 3 is Fortnite with 80 hours. Then 2nd I got Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel for 91 hours. And then number 1 is Yakuza Like a Dragon for 92 hours.
So I don't think I took a picture of all the games hours, but I did take the picture of the 2 of my top 2. But let me check something.
I'm surprised I only played 1 hour more of Yakuza than Yu-Gi-Oh! Like Yu-Gi-Oh! Could have been number 1 for me.
I think I just didn't take a picture because of the difference.
Alright, neat.
So
Yeah, go.
So my number 5 game, apparently, with 5% of my total annual playtime, is Far Cry 6.
Wow.
Surprisingly, but I think it's because I try to go for the platinum.
Yeah.
Where you have to like play at least a little bit every day to get the last one.
Did you ever platinum it?
I did.
Oh, nice. Because I remember... Fuck, dude. I I remember the last thing you were trying to do was the co-op one.
No, I think that was Far Cry 4.
Oh, was it really? I thought it was 6. That you needed to do a base or whatever.
Sorry, not 4. It was 3. Far Cry 3 is the one that has a co-op mission in it.
And you don't know how many hours you spent on 6? You just saw the percent?
Just the percentage, because I didn't take a picture of it. Probably should have. Is there an email?
That's how I saw it. I got an email of it.
I wonder if it's still active.
It should. Well, I'm looking at it right now. Like the email. Like I'm using the browser.
Do you remember what the email said?
Just the title was, play on your search bar, 2022 wrap up. And it should be PlayStation.
22. Wrap. Oh.
I was gonna say that at the bottom from all those hours, for me it says my top, or my favorite genre for the year was RPG. And I played 95 hours. I have no idea what the hell, like what RPG I played that was only 3 hours of the year.
Son of a bitch.
That's it. Yeah, that's it for me. For that. If I send you the link, would it work?
Maybe.
Try it.
Okay, there we go. I got the top games now. Oh, that's weird. It changed.
To me?
No, for me, it used to be Far Cry, and now it switched to Fortnite. I guess it's because I played Fortnite a little bit more.
Yeah, because I assume it's based on the actual final day. Like New Year's Eve.
So I guess it changed.
Yeah, you played
it booted
Fortnite.
out Far Cry. Apparently for Fortnite I played 102 hours, and it is 5%.
So now that's your 5th.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Apex Legends is number 4.
Oh, wow.
With 107, again 5%.
You played Fortnite and Apex like almost the same.
And then at 3, which is why I found it pretty funny, is Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel.
How many hours?
148 with 7%.
God damn, you play that way more than me.
I think it's because I did dailies and I logged in to get gems and shit. Also because I was obsessed with my fucking Red Dragon Archfiend deck.
I do want to play it again because, like, at this point, I remember I was waiting for all those Stardust cards, and those are out now at this point. Also, the new Blue Eyes and Dark Magician stuff.
I probably won't because they fucking banned a card that I need in the Red Dragon Archfiend deck that makes it work. So I'm like, well, guess I'm not gonna play that deck anymore.
I haven't kept up with it, so I don't know the ban list.
So, do you remember that Chaos Dragon I used to use for Synchro? It required, I think, a light and a... Like, you can banish...
Oh, yes, yeah.
And it would come back? Yep. That
I got
card's banned. Yep. Too good for synchroing.
It's probably a specific meta deck that have used it. Probably for link plays.
I'm so pissed about that, man.
That's how it happens.
That card made the deck work so good.
I mean, in the real game, that's what happened to Jet Synchron. He got banned because people were abusing him for needle fiber. It's like, what the fuck? He's like one of the most important Synchrons for that deck.
Stupid.
Yeah. Wait, so that's your 2 or 3?
3.
3. Okay.
And that was only 7% of my annual playtime.
Wait, you played that more than my number 1.
What was your number 1?
92 hours for Yakuza 7.
Oh, that's funny.
What the hell is your other?
Number 2 is Deep Rock Galactic.
Oh,
with
that makes sense.
153 hours, and it's also 7%.
150. The hell? I'm trying to think. What the hell could be your number one?
This is gonna be bad.
Is it a multiplayer game or a single player game?
Sort of, a little bit of both.
What the fuck? Oh, it's fucking Genshin. Of course. What the? I don't know why I wasn't thinking that.
So this is bad, Jeff. You ready for this?
Go. Yeah, go.
So total annual percentage. I'm not gonna even tell you the amount of playtime. I'm gonna tell you annual percentage.
Your second one was 7%, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What the hell is this one?
42%
Holy shit!
of my annual playtime.
The fuck?
With 835 hours played.
800. Wait, how much?
835 hours.
Wait. You played more Genshin than I played the entire year.
Yup.
I have 816 hours for the year.
Welcome to a gacha game, man. You do your daily logins, you come in, those hours stack up.
Wow, that's crazy. Jesus.
Yep.
Hey, but it was fun, right? We're still fun.
It was.
And you said you didn't spend anything, right? Besides that battle pass thingy or whatever?
The battle pass and the monthly gem thing, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, like you never actually spent money on the rolls. That's pretty good for freaking 800 hours.
Yeah.
Impressive.
What was your favorite genre?
RPG. It has to be you too with Genshin, no?
No, apparently, because Genshin, I don't think counts.
What the hell's yours then?
Action adventure, apparently.
Maybe that's what Genshin is. It is that more than RPG, I guess, because it plays like Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. How many trophies did you earn?
Alright, that's the next one. In 2022, I earned 663 trophies.
You earned more trophies than I did.
How's that possible if I played less hours?
Because I played Genshin. Genshin took 800 hours.
Duh.
I earned 642.
Oh, but it's not that much though. We were pretty much
like-
the same.
Like 20 off, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
How many plats?
I have 9 platinums.
I fucking knew it. Son of a bitch.
What the fuck does that mean?
You always are ahead of me in plats.
Is that true? Like even the other years?
I think there was 1 year where I had more plats than you, but every other time you're ahead of me.
How many do you have?
6. I had 6
That's
plats.
only 3.
But you're still ahead of me. Even in total plats, you're ahead of me, which is like... I think you're ahead of me by like 20, if I'm correct.
I know that for sure, because there was at one point I was playing... I don't know what it was. Maybe it was a series or something, and I was getting platinum for like each game.
Let's see, what else is there?
What was your first trophy?
Oh, this one? Oh, I think this is like the very first one, right?
Yeah, it is. Because I remember this being my first trophy. When I saw it, I was like, oh, wow.
I don't remember this being my first trophy. It happened in 2010, and it was the 7th month on the 17th. It's Little Big Planet, Fashion Sense.
Huh. I'm guessing that's putting on clothes or whatever.
It is. It's customizing your sack boy.
2010. I thought you would have been like earlier. Because I
Apparently
thought
not.
you had a PS3 way longer than I did. Mine's 2012.
Ooh. It's only 2 years apart, though.
Yeah, that's what surprises me. I thought you were like had more years on me.
What was your last trophy?
full body conversion for Cyberpunk on the 30th.
Oh, because you were playing, of course.
Yeah. I guess I didn't play anything on New Year's Eve.
I think my last trophy is called Journey Something Sense. It's from Genshin.
Wait, when was it?
Oh, I gotta check it.
Yeah, like what day? Is that it for that? Yeah, because the other stuff is Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo.
Yeah, like each category for me, the very bottom just shows stats for another game. Like Horizon or God of War. I think that's it, because the next thing is PlayStation Plus, but it doesn't really show anything.
12/1/2022 is when I got it.
The 1st of December. Damn, you didn't get any trophy all through December then.
I think that's because that's when I got sick. Because at
yeah.
the beginning, my ear was like stuffed, and I went to like an ENT doctor and all that crazy nonsense.
What's your... On the PlayStation Plus one, it shows what's your top multiplayer game. What's yours?
Pretty sure it's probably Fortnite or Apex.
Mine shows Modern Warfare.
It's in the PlayStation Plus page.
Uh-huh. And I only spent 12 hours playing online games with PS Plus.
Oh, never mind. It's Modern Warfare.
That's crazy, what the hell? I guess stuff like Fortnite and Apex and probably Genshin too don't count because they're free. You don't need PS Plus.
What about Deep Rock?
That's true. But you didn't play online, I guess. 'Cause it says multiplayer.
Oh, you're right.
Like like your top online multiplayer.
I only played by myself mostly. I played with some people, but I mostly played by myself.
You
I
definitely
spent
gotta play that at some point.
apparently I spent 27 hours playing PS Plus.
Yeah, not much. I only got 12. That's crazy. That's for the year too.
FIFA.
That's the bottom one, right? Oh yeah, a bunch of this stuff.
EA. Dirt 5. Sonic Racing. Man,
That was fun. I
Tony
remember we
Hawk.
played that one night.
We did.
Our stats were kind of similar besides the hours.
Besides the hours.
I kind of wish I could see that for other stuff. Like, what movies did I see this year? Because I don't remember. And I swear this year must be the least amount of movies I've seen in a goddamn while.
I think the only way you'd be able to track that is if you go to a specific theater and that specific theater tracks your stuff through an app.
Yeah.
And at the end of the year it does it.
I remember... I think it was 2019. I did that with AMC to see like all the movies I saw. Because it does track like your tickets.
I would love it if it also tracked what you bought at AMC, so it'd be like, your favorite candy was the Crunch Bar.
That's both good and bad, because that's horrifying that they could track that. It's like, how the hell did you know I bought that?
Oh, but you'd have to use like your AMC card, like to pay for it. Like you put money into the card, and then you swipe it.
Oh, I
and
get
comes
it.
up.
Yeah, at that point, yeah. I guess, yeah, that's true. But yeah, that'd be cool. It'd be like, your favorites, M&M's with Diet Coke.
And then it shows how much money you spent on food items.
It'd be like, what the fuck, $1,000?
Theaters ain't cheap, man.
Yeah, they're not. What would you say your favorite movie of the year is?
Of the year? Oh,
Yeah.
this is rough. Because I didn't watch many movies.
So it should be easier to pinpoint it, no?
Well, it came out this year. Rather than last year.
Fuck, I don't know.
You're the movie guy. You're asking me
I
these
got
questions.
I think a favorite movie. I was thinking about it earlier. It's gotta be Top Gun.
Avatar, right? Yeah, Avatar.
No,
Avatar.
fuck Avatar. It's fun, but it's not my favorite. What the fuck?
So why Top Gun then?
Shit's fun.
Really?
It you remember how like old 80s movies, maybe early 90s too. There's like nothing to the plot. It's all like, all right, we're doing this and here we go. For 2 hours and then that's it. Like movies now,
Yeah.
like Avatar, it's like super heavy trying to show off like the story or the characters or whatever the hell. Top Gun's not that.
Technology.
Yeah, like Top Gun's not that at all. It does show off like action scenes, I guess, and all that, but the actual movie itself, it's not complicated. It's like these characters, they're exactly who they appear to be. There's no hidden mode, you know, like there's no more in depth to them. The plot, all we gotta do is shoot this thing down, that's it. And it's just 2 hours of just watching them try to shoot something down, and it's like, fuck, this is pretty good.
That makes sense.
It's fun.
Simple. Simple.
Yeah, and it's
straightforward.
not long. Like I remember when I was talking about Avatar. It's like fucking 3 hours, over 3 hours. It's like, all right, man. Like I'm getting kind of tired. That one's like, no, like that was a good like my time spent on that. And I think that's it, cause like all the other movies I can think of that I saw this year, I can't think it beating that.
I don't think I watched any movie of this year.
Well, what's a movie? Like, even if it's one, that would have to be your favorite because it's the only one you saw.
I don't think I did.
God, wow, really? You didn't see any anime movie? Was Jujutsu Kaisen this year?
Oh wait, here you go. Sonic 2.
Oh, that was this year, wasn't it?
Yep, Sonic 2 is my favorite movie. There you go.
I was gonna say, like, you didn't watch any anime movies like that, or Dragon Ball, or what else was there? I don't think Demon Slayer was this year, or One Piece.
Nope. I
You
don't even
definitely
think I
watched more shows than movies.
Yeah, that I definitely did this year.
I know me, no. Like, I was trying to think before Better Call Saul, what was the last time I was watching a show or anime? It's like, I legit can't think.
If I had to pick for this year, I'm assuming I'd have to pick Better Call Saul for my favorite TV show.
Like, not including anime?
I didn't watch any anime this year, I think, besides Demon Slayer, but that's not... I didn't watch the stuff that came out this year.
Right, but whatever. Like, even if you watched it this year, or I guess last year.
I think I'd still put Better Call Saul ahead, because that shit's so good. How far did you get?
I'm up to where Gus and Mike have met.
Gus and Mike. Gus... Oh, okay.
I was gonna ask you too, does it I don't know how it is, like the overall reception of this, but does it bother you it being a prequel but the actors are like older than Breaking Bad?
Sometimes it's noticeable and sometimes it's not, and for the most part, it doesn't really bother me.
Yeah, I think for me, like they could have recasted all those characters since it's supposed to be a prequel, but it's like I don't care, you know?
I think
Like-
they did a good enough job with the makeup and probably some CG, not CG, but like some stuff they did on the computer to
No,
make
yeah,
it look not bad. Because apparently they did that with Breaking Bad. Because apparently Bryan Cranston, when he was bald, he had to come back when he had like hair. So all they did was put like a bald cap on his head, and then they had to like digitally edit it out with computers.
In
Like
Breaking
the
Bad?
seams. Yeah, with the seams and stuff.
Wow. Yeah, I guess that was good because I don't remember something like that standing out when I was watching Breaking Bad.
If you want to see something that stands out, watch the first season where they had basically no fucking budget. And the scene where Jesse has like his face completely fucked up, you can completely tell that it's all just like fake prosthetics on his face.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's like an outline and like skin difference between the two.
Sure. But yeah,
It's
their
pretty bad.
budget was probably cheap as hell since it was the beginning. I think thinking about that, the worst thing with like digitally altering that, like if you were wearing a bald cap or whatever, was that fucking mustache for Superman.
Well, you didn't like his smile?
So weird. It's like it goes to that uncanny valley, I guess. Like it's not like he's digital, but then his mouth is wrong.
Speaking of Superman, hats off to him for leaving the show of The Witcher.
Yeah, man, I heard about that. That it's very like it got very bad or something.
It did.
What happened?
It just Geralt isn't Geralt, and the show's writing has veered off of what the books are. So it's like, fuck this.
So it's like what I heard was it was like producers like ruining it because they kept, like you said, veering off the actual story of the books, and it got to the
Yeah,
point where Henry Cavill was like, "Nah, fuck it, I don't want to do it."
First season is probably the most closest to it. After that, second season is just no. Third, no.
That sucks.
And then I think there was like a movie or mini series thing that came out of it. That was complete garbage. I was disappointed because I was like, man, I really want to see like the books, like the before Witcher 3 or before Witcher, I guess. I think this thing takes place between Witcher 1 and 2. I think.
Well, it's definitely before 3 because they have that scene where he murders the town and they call him like the butcher or whatever.
Oh no, yeah, I'm assuming it's either before Witcher 1 or before Witcher 2. I'm not too sure because I never played Witcher 1.
This sucks, man. Cause like for sure, Henry Cavill like loves the books and all that, like the lore, and he really wanted to do it, but I guess those people kept pushing it to be different.
I got used to him being Geralt when I watched it because like the makeup wasn't too bad.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw him, I was like, I don't see Superman. Like, nice. Speaking of Witcher, back to CD Projekt Red, the company. They are remaking, or I guess remastering, The Witcher 1.
Oh shit, really? Like it's gonna play like, I'm guessing they're gonna touch up the controls to be more modern.
They're probably gonna make it look like The Witcher 3.
Yeah, that's pretty
So it's
cool.
So it's like a remake, so they'll touch up everything, because that game is old.
Yeah, it is. Super old.
And it plays like shit. But the story is what people like about it.
It can't take that long. You think remastering that game would take a while? I feel like no, right?
I mean, it depends because they're working on, like I said, they're supposedly rumor, they're working on Cyberpunk 2, and then they're working on this, and they have obviously a small short team working on the PS5 version of Witcher 3.
Oh, they're doing that?
It's already out.
Have you played it?
Yeah,
How is it?
fantastic.
It's like you could definitely tell the upgrade.
Oh hell yeah! They changed the controls for some parts to make it a lot smoother. The game looks gorgeous, and what's really cool, is that a lot of these adjustments came from modders,
Oh, that's awesome.
and they credited them.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. Like, It's like I said, I had a lot of faith in this team before Cyberpunk because the company was very like, I guess, transparent because they were like, okay, we're not gonna do crunch, we're not really gonna do overtime that much. If we need to, then sure, but we're not trying to force it on our workers. And also, we're not gonna bullshit you, nickel and dime you with like microtransactions, all this stuff. And they were very nice. But then Cyberpunk happened, and I guess whoever was in charge of the Cyberpunk shit was just terrible.
It's gotta be a mix of stuff, cause like I don't blame like the team, like the developers. It has to be something like
Up
them
top.
being rushed, cause it's like maybe like producers or something, and being like, we gotta make it to this quarter to make sales, you know. And if like, oh, if we delay it like a couple months, it's like we're gonna lose sales. It's gotta be stuff like that.
I think it was probably corporate.
Yeah, like the developers must have been like, we want like that extra time for sure. We know this is bad.
No, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're working on all, like right now that what the team is doing for the PS5 version is just they're releasing patches in case some glitchy stuff happens
That's cool.
or smoothing out some stuff. Because I know there's an issue with the game right now where if you try to play it with ray tracing, there's quite a few frame rate drops.
Does it run at 30 when you turn on ray tracing, or 60?
It runs. I think it runs either at 30 and then it drops, or it tries to run at 60, but it drops to like 40.
Like
30.
not consistent.
Yeah, not consistent.
Mm-hmm.
So, and on PC, that's where that issue also happens. So they're trying to like smooth it out and fix it.
Are you gonna replay the whole game?
I'm not sure. I did play a little bit of the beginning. I haven't gotten out of the first area. I would like to play it because it's pretty nice. I haven't been able to because my mental state's not the best.
Mm-hmm.
But I enjoyed the little bit I did play of it.
That's cool. And yeah, you didn't have to pay for it or whatever, right?
It was a free upgrade.
Yeah, and with like all that stuff you said, like it includes like mods being included, and that's all free. That's cool. Like the improvements.
They are releasing a physical edition where you can get it for the PS5, so you don't have to copy off of the PS4 disc.
Are you gonna do that?
Not now, no. Not until at some point, maybe later down the line when I have more money.
Yeah,
because
because you want it on the shelf physically, right?
I want it, one, on the shelf physically, and two, it's just like it installs quicker if I ever decide to uninstall it. Installing it directly from the PS5 discs is way easier because you have to copy the disc. Like copy the, I forgot what it is. It's like you're copying something, and it takes a bit longer. Did you ever play Witcher 3?
I can't even remember story-wise where I got. I know I defeated the Griffin, right?
Okay, I didn't want to
Witcher 3?
spoil that. It's so good. I have not defeated the Griffin in the PS5 one.
Yeah, the thing with The Witcher is I remember I was not doing much of the main story, but doing a lot of the side stuff. And I remember the side stuff being really good, like story-wise. God, it's been
Not like
years.
Cyberpunk.
I remember, there's some side stories in Cyberpunk that are kind of good. You know, it's just Witcher 3 is probably better quality.
I just meant the choices, you know?
No, oh hell yeah, for sure. Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah.
It's like, ooh.
Wasn't there a quest in Witcher 3 that was called like the Bloody Baron or something?
Maybe? What did it have to do with?
That's the thing, I don't remember,
Oh,
but that name got stuck in my head.
Never mind. I think I know which quest you're talking about. It has you talk with like a fat, Baron-looking dude who has like a red cloak on.
Yeah.
And he's like, please solve this shit that's happening. And it has to do, I don't want to spoil it, but did you complete
No, I
that
did
quest?
it. It's just I don't remember.
Okay, it has to do with like a fetus.
Damn,
A
really?
fetus of a baby. Yeah.
Wow.
and like you see like and the fetus turned into like a weird creature slash demon thing.
Was
And
that creature wasn't in the swamp, was it?
it might be, it might have been,
Then I think I am thinking of that.
but that guy had to confront it, or I guess you have the choice of making him confront it. Because it's his fault that that thing's a thing, but obviously there's details and reasons why and all that. Like,
Yeah,
I love that.
I remember, yeah, with Witcher 3, it was like that, just doing side quest stuff like that. It's like, god damn, this is a side quest. This is like a whole. This feels like a, like a good story for a main plot.
There's different types of side quests, which are like which is why I love the game so much. Like there's, okay, this is just your typical Witcher hunting side quest where a guy goes, I will pay you money, and then you can go, well, I want more money. And then he goes, okay, what? And then you go and you hunt down the monster, and then you come back and get your payment. Or there's quests like that where they have branching different outcomes, and like you can go and like, oh, do you want the Baron to confront it? Do you want to deal with it, or do you want to kill the like? There's so many different options, and they all have different outcomes. And sometimes, depending on the quest, that outcome might come back to bite you in the ass.
I just remember playing it. It was like, since the side quest was so like those types of side quests, it was so easy to get invested. I got stuck in like trying to do a lot of them, and then it was like too much. Like I wasn't progressing with the main story, and at some point I just dropped the game.
I think I remember that. I remember you telling me there's just so much to do.
Yeah.
And I was like, isn't that the great part about it?
No, it is a good thing. And it's good that the stuff to do is good, It's not like it's filler or whatever. But it just got to the point where I just had to stop. I don't remember why.
I remember you're saying, your what you used to say back then. You were like, I think I just don't like open world games because like I have no direction. So they like I go all over the place, or I just don't know what to do. And I'm just like, oh shit.
Yeah, I don't know if I feel the same way now, because like
it changed slowly, and I think I know with which game it did.
What is it?
Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
You
that's what
played
I
it-
was thinking when you said that. It was like, because that game doesn't really have a direction.
Yep.
So I wouldn't, if I said that, I don't know how I would have beaten that game, since it doesn't tell you what the hell to do.
I remember that because I was like, Jeff, but Breath of the Wild is like open as shit. He's like, I don't know what it is. I remember you said, I don't know what it is. It's just really good. I had fun with it. I just went off and explored. I was like, oh, okay. After that, I was like, I guess we'll see what happens if he starts liking more open world games or not.
I should go back to The Witcher 3. Because maybe I'd actually play a lot enough to beat it now.
That'll take you a while. Also, when I'm replaying it now, I'm playing it on Death March, which is like the hardest difficulty.
Jesus, what are you, masochist?
It's really rough. You die in like 2 hits.
God damn, really?
The monsters are strong, and it's not even just like, oh, only the bosses do that. No, like the fucking ones that walk around in like the overworld are a hassle sometimes.
That's
Apparently, the game is only really hard at the beginning, and then like later on it gets easier because you're leveling up and stuff. But and then obviously there's just certain points, because there's certain parts in The Witcher where you're fighting a shit ton of the same enemy, and they just overwhelm you in numbers. And that's when Death March becomes a little bit of a bitch to like deal with. But
you're having fun with it being that difficult?
half and half. It depends. Like I don't like fighting in the beginning right now, I don't like fighting drowners. Which are like these weird merfolk looking people. Those guys are kind of annoying because they kill me in like 2 hits. Everything else seems to be fine with me though. Like humans are, I think, the most fun, but again, they're also kind of easy because all you have to do is like parry them, and then they're left wide open, and then you just, I guess, attack them. Oh, they also added new execution, like, moves in the game too. That's another thing.
That wasn't there before?
Yeah, executions were a thing, but there
New
weren't
animations?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Like, I don't remember this being in the original, but again, it could just be that I don't remember it. But I was fighting a dude next to a cliff, and Geralt fights him, and I think I think I either parried him, and the parry was different, or I parried him then attacked him. And what ended up happening was the guy went past me, and then Geralt kicks him instead of swinging his sword, and he kicks him off the cliff. And I was like, I don't remember that being a thing. I don't remember kicking people off the cliff, and I was like, damn, that's sick. It was so cool. I was like, oh, I'm glad that they like involved the terrain into it. But there was stuff like that that I didn't remember. What else?
Did you platinum the game when it was on PS4?
Hell no. In order to platinum it, you need to beat it on Death March.
And you never did that before until now?
Yeah, I never did it. The combat was always janky back then, in my opinion.
I do remember that. Like people talking about it when it was out, saying like the combat's very odd. Not bad, but odd.
Yeah. So I didn't really want to do that. I never platinumed it. I don't remember if there was a bunch of trophies for like different endings or not either. But
It probably is.
platinuming it is a bit of a bitch.
Yeah, it's gotta take a while.
I don't know if I'll do that with this one. Probably not, because I have a backlog. So yeah. But I remember most of the stuff in the game. The only thing I haven't done that I kind of really wish I could do, is play the DLC.
That's what I was about to ask. Did you ever play the DLC on PS4?
Never did, and apparently it's really good.
Yeah, I heard they were great.
What's cool about it is that you can just play for the DLC if you want to.
Like, you're saying like in the beginning of the game, if you wanted to do it, you could?
In the main menu, when the game starts up, you can select, I want to just play this DLC. Because the DLC is in a different location, kind of like Shivering Isles for like Oblivion.
Uh-huh.
You can, and it'll give you pre-selected gear, and I think maybe a pre-leveled up Geralt or whatever, and you can just play the DLC.
That's cool.
Yep. I was like, that's crazy, but I kind of prefer my Geralt after all doing all this shit going. Yeah. But it's really neat that they added that in there though.
Yeah, like is there even a game that's done that before?
The only thing I can think of that's closely similar to that is like MMOs, like with World of Warcraft, where they give you like a level 80 character. But never like, hey, you can just play this DLC. Because World of Warcraft, you can buy the character and do the DLC. Like,
yeah, like you
expansion.
buy the... So that way you don't have to meet the level requirement or whatever.
And you can skip most of the beginning portion and just go to the expansion.
Mm-hmm.
But never with a single player game have I ever seen that.
Yeah, like I can't think of like Fallout doing that.
Or Borderlands. It's like, here's a character, play the fucking add-on.
Like, if they do something like that, the DLC would be its own game, basically.
Yep.
Like Blood Dragon, I guess. Or
I mean,
that Tiny Tina thing.
I don't even think that counts for fucking Oblivion either. Oblivion, you could go to the Shivering Isles at the beginning, but you can't really select it. You could literally just say, fuck it, I'm gonna go to the Shivering Isles. That's the first area I'm gonna go to. Because I think that was the whole point of Oblivion. The whole point of Oblivion is you could do whatever you want.
I think Fallout 3 was I can't remember if Fallout 3. I know for sure Operation Anchorage, you could legit do that as the first thing you want to do when you're out of the vault to get that power armor. But I don't remember if other DLCs would scale. Like, oh, you're way too low level to do it. Like, you don't got the gear.
Too much of a bitch. I'm pretty sure you could probably do it, but it's just really difficult. Like, I think there's games that do that where it's like, here's the DLC. Oh, you're too low level, but you could try to force your way into it.
Yeah, there's definitely people who could do it, but normally it's like, no, why the fuck do you want to do that? Do you want to die?
I want a challenge. I'm a gamer. I play games for real. I play Dark Souls with no armor.
I was about to ask, because, like, thinking about difficulty now, what do you think about the argument of, like, games should have difficulties? Remember they were talking about that with Sekiro?
My argument is it's at the behest of the creator.
I'm, like, mixed. I'm, like, in the middle, because there are times, I agree with you. I don't know if I mostly agree. I think I'm legit 50-50. But then there are times it's like, yeah, I guess I get some people legit can't play some of those games, like Souls games, and it's like they want to experience like the world or whatever, and it would be nice for them to have it on easy mode or whatever.
So here's the thing, I can see the perspective. Like, I'm never gonna just sit there and argue like, no, games have to be whatever, but like, because I'm not that hard of a stance against it, because I think about it. It's like, what if I didn't have any hands and I could only play with my feet, and it's just really hard for me to play like Sekiro or whatever the fuck. And I've thought about that, and I'm like, you know what, it'd be nice if I had the accessibility for it, but in my head I'm like, then you have situations where it's The Last of Us 2, where you can go into the accessibility options on like the hardest difficulty and make the game completely bitch-ass easy.
A lot of those first-party Sony games, you could do that.
And I get it, because then there's people who argue, well, you don't have to do that. You're making the game easier for you.
That's the thing, like, yeah, and it's a single-player game. It's not affecting you, you know? It's not like if someone did that in, like, a lobby or an online game.
And then you can go, well, I don't like the fact that they can get a platinum by putting the game on easy mode, and it's like, that's an arbitrary reward. And there's people who are like, but I like trophies because, you know, it shows that I worked hard. It's a bunch of shit, so I get it.
That's why I'm half and half, because I agree with that. Like, using the example, Last of Us doing that, and then it's like, oh, that means the platinum's gonna be easy as hell to get. You know? It doesn't feel like something like maybe like Dark Souls, where if you got the platinum, it's like, oh damn, you legit just played through the game, you know?
Or fucking Sekiro, where it's like, damn, you beat the hidden bosses. Oh fuck.
Yeah,
That
but then
shit's
I'm half and half, because it's like, it sucks if it like, oh, that means the platinum, like if Dark Souls had that, it's like, oh, the platinum's basically useless. You can't, you know, you could have beaten the hidden bosses or whatever easily. But it's like, it's a single player game, and you know, it doesn't really matter in the end. And there are some people being like, bro, I got like a kid, I work 40 hours a week, I'd rather just play a game where I'm fucking God and spend 2 hours doing that, and then that's it. And then like,
So
I get that.
And then the excuse is, then play a different game.
Yeah, but then the problem is like, they want to experience that hard game.
Yep.
Is the thing.
Yep.
Like, I guess
But-
the recent example now would be Elden Ring, right? Because
Yep.
that's so popular, everyone knows about it. But if you hate the fact that it's that hard, there's nothing you could do about it.
Actually, there's a whole argument in Elden Ring that has been divisive in the community.
Is it like
Because-
builds? Like a build could make you beat the game easy?
It's not a build. It's an item that you get in the beginning of the tutorial area. And people go, if you use this item during boss battles, you're a bitch. You didn't beat the game.
What to do exactly that makes people that mad?
So in the game, there are summons, and you can summon helpers to help you, not actual people, but
Yeah,
it-
like NPCs, right? Like Bloodborne had that.
Yup, and there's certain characters or AIs that are really fucking strong and really goddamn good, and you can upgrade it just like a weapon or a spell. So if you get specific ones, they make boss battles bitch ass easy. I think there's only like 2 or 3 boss battles that those summons are kind of useless on. Not
Right.
useless, but like,
They're not as good for normally.
yeah, because
Like
the
they're not
bosses
beating
are,
their ass.
yeah, because the bosses are extremely hard,
Uh-huh.
and most of those bosses are endgame bosses. So it's like, okay, but that's the item that people go, that's stupid, and I completely disagree. I'm like, if you gave me that item and it's in the game, I'm gonna use it. It was given to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like sitting here in Call of Duty going, that weapon is OP because it one-shots, and I go, well then why the fuck is it in the game?
That's just like everything competitive. Because now I'm thinking about stuff like Yu-Gi-Oh! 2 with like Ash. Like that when it came out, I was like, that shit's broken. It's like, well, yeah, but what am I gonna do? Not use it?
Exactly, it's in the fucking game. What do you want from me? It's in the game, and so you can either go and fuck off and not play the game, or you can use it or not use it. That's up to you. There's people, like, for fuck's sake, Pokemon is easy as shit, but then people made Nuzlocks.
That's the thing I don't get too. Is with the whole argument with difficulty is like, if a person puts it super duper easy and then beats it, and it's like, all right, but you, like, for you, you know, you beat the game on, you know, like an extra hard or whatever. Does it like take that away from you?
It's just that he doesn't deserve to beat the game at my level, dude. Like, I did it harder than they did.
And it's single player. That's the thing that's driving in my head, leaning to like it doesn't matter. It's like, why does that matter? That dude beating it on easy doesn't do shit to you.
But Jeff, you cheated the game. You.
Oh
what
yeah.
the fuck was it?
Fuck, what was it? It was like,
You know exactly
you
what
cheated
I'm
the
talking
game. You cheated yourself. You robbed yourself of this experience or something like that.
about. Yep.
I
You know
forgot
exactly
about
what I'm
that.
talking about. That
Yeah.
was the Sekiro thing. It literally was.
Yeah.
And a sight of one of the nastiest
God damn, dude.
not just a year later,
That's what started all that shit.
the entire population having been exposed and killed
Fuck, man, with like
by some unknown disease,
the internet and like
rapid and lethal.
everything being easy to be able to like record from your console and stuff. If you really give a shit that you beat the game on,
That dead city.
you know, like you want to prove on the people beat on super easy that you beat on super hard, you could just record it, you know, show it on your Twitter, MySpace, Facebook that you beat it on super duper hard.
That's one of the reasons why I follow a specific Twitter account, because there's a specific Twitter account that's all about styling in games and doing cool shit. And I'm like, I follow this because this guy's able to do that. He does cool ass shit. Have you seen DMC4 fucking taunt combos? Shit's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You can make a boss your bitch completely. It's insane. Those people are talented as fuck when they're able to do that. Oh, I found it. You cheated not only the game, but yourself. You didn't grow. You didn't improve. You took a shortcut and gained nothing. You experienced a hollow victory. Nothing
That's right.
was risked, and nothing was gained. It's sad that you don't know the difference.
Jesus.
That shit was funny.
Like, bro, there are other important shit. Like, I gotta pay this bill. Why the fuck do you care about this so much? I got a mortgage.
it's just like the thing with SJWs and like, oh no, I don't like the fact that like women respect. It's like, if that's the case, you can argue that with like people in, I don't know, other countries and shit. People in other countries who like literally demean women and crap and like have to deal with a bunch of shit. Don't do that in video games. It's just entertainment.
I guess thinking about it now, those people who are like complaining about that, like that dude who wrote all that, the argument for if difficulties should be in games or not, there are points to both sides, but there's people like that guy where it's just they're too extreme. Like goes way too extreme.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, I was part of that camp at first. When I heard the Sekiro thing, I was like, yeah, he didn't learn anything, he didn't gain anything. But I was like, at the same time, like, what if he can't?
Yeah,
What
like
if
you were
it's-
talking about, if you were a person with like, you got no hands, or if you just got one hand or something like that, it's like, yeah, it sucks that you're not able to play like a Souls game because there's no option, you know?
Yeah, that's where the perspective I come from, and I go, fine, adding in those options are fine, and yeah, you as a regular human being who has all of his appendages and shit could just go, well, I'm gonna put on those settings and make the game easy. Well, that's on you. You did it.
Yeah, right. You want to play like that? All right. That's it.
Cause like, it's the same thing with Elden Ring. Like the summons are there. They're in the actual game. They are given to you. I could choose never to use the summons, but I could also choose to always use the summons. Like, for example, if I wanted to use a shitty summon or a shitty weapon, that's my choice. Like, I could, again, it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's putting restrictions on yourself to make it harder because that's what you want. Like you were talking about with the Nuzlocke for Pokemon.
Like, I'm gonna play Deprived, where he has a club and no clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you ever pick Deprived? Besides just wanting to make the game harder for yourself. For fuck's sake, Kingdom Hearts added a fucking thing where you can be stuck at level 1.
Yeah.
Why would you ever do that? Just to make the game harder. They added a trophy that says, hey, just use the Kingdom Key.
How do you feel about that? Where there are trophies like that where you can only use this specific weapon?
Depending on what the trophy is in context, I'm okay with it. For example, in Kingdom Hearts, I'm completely a-okay with it because it just makes canon sense.
Yeah, I've always liked the look that. I remember doing that with Kingdom Hearts 1 so much. I never changed it. I liked using the Kingdom Key because it looked nice in cutscenes and all that.
I think it would be really cool, but also stupid. And I would kind of hate it because it would be hard, but it would also be cool if in Resident Evil games they added a trophy where it said beat the whole game with a pistol, because every fucking cutscene the protagonist just has a fucking pistol.
Out, yeah.
And you're gonna sit here and tell me that, I don't know, fucking Jill or whatever beat Nemesis with a pistol? Besides, like, I think that one shot where she uses a rocket launcher, but other than that, it's just a pistol and a rocket launcher.
They've had trophies like that, not pistol, but I remember the first Resident Evil has one that's beat the game with the knife. That's it.
Oh, Resident Evil 4. Leon only has his OG pistol. Beat it with that. Because in every cutscene, Leon has that one pistol. That and his knife, which he's shown.
Yeah, he uses against on the island for that fight.
He uses it also to cut the rope from the fucking sea monster.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He uses it with Krauser. He throws it at Salazar, I think is his name.
That's right, yeah.
And he gets his hand.
You think that jump scare is gonna be in the remake?
Which jump scare?
When you look at the lake?
I think so. 100%. I will literally make a bet. If you're willing to bet, I'll bet. If you're willing to bet against me, I'll bet. I'll put money down.
I'm not confident in the no.
Good, good.
Like yeah, I'm like 80% sure it would be in it.
I think it will because
The bet but the thing is, you've seen the actual gameplay of the game. I don't know if they showed it.
well, what you could ask me.
Well,
You'd be like,
the giant white mech. Did they show that?
oh, they have not shown that. I don't know
That's
if in
one
the
thing
game.
I'm thinking about. Like maybe they wouldn't.
That's where I'm unsure too, man. I don't know.
I'm not confident.
Because I'm pretty confident, but there's one thing that's not in the game. It's a small detail, and it's not in the game, and I'm so sad.
What is it?
So, okay, yeah, I don't think you'd care, because it's just it's like a small thing.
Nah, whatever,
So do you
dude.
remember the dog that you saved?
Yeah. Oh, is he not in it?
He's not.
Aw. Yeah, and he comes back to
is-
help you.
He is, I think if I remember this correctly, I know he's not in it. That's 100%. But I don't know if the way I don't know if this is a thing or not. But when you get to that spot, I think the dog is already dead.
Damn. Fuck. Really?
I think.
Bro,
I
that's
don't-
fucked up.
It's either the dog is gone, like he doesn't exist,
Show up.
or he's dead, like you see him visually dead.
Dude, that's gonna be that's depressing. If like playing the game and you just see it dead, it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Capcom?
And I think the reason for it is to like have it be like grim.
Damn. Well, yeah, that's definitely
what-
grim because everyone knows that's their buddy. You know, like people who played the original.
You know where that dog is from, right? Because that dog's an
I
Easter egg.
don't, but I know he's from something.
He's from a game called Hunting Ground, which is like a horror game from Capcom. It's about this girl who walks around in a mansion, and she has to like escape these people or whatever the fuck that she's dealing with. But that's an old PS2 game, and I think there aren't that many copies of it. It's one of those rare Capcom games that's actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
It has that. It definitely feels like that PS2 like era vibe.
The game?
Yeah, it like reminds me, like the art style of it kind of reminds me of a Resident Evil 4. I remember seeing it in like magazines too, but I never got to play it or I never found it in a store.
I assume
I think-
most people haven't played it.
Yeah, it's not as popular.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that dog is from Hunting Ground. Like he's one of the main like I guess he's like your partner. But yeah, the mech, man, I hope the mech is in it because so far everything else seems to be in the game.
From that the gameplay stuff they showed.
Samurais never faded.
It's insane, dude. Like everything seems to be in there. And I'm not gonna say it unless you want to hear like a thing. I don't want to say it.
Okay.
Unless you want me to say stuff, I'll say stuff.
Is it old stuff
It's
or like something new?
no, it's old stuff.
Then old stuff, I don't care.
You don't care? Oh man.
Oh yeah.
So they kept the line of where did everyone go?
Oh really?
Bingo. They kept
That's
that
awesome.
fucking line. And let's just say if you interact with certain pieces of the environment, Leon will say a cheeky line.
Ooh, cheeky.
And I fucking love that. Cause I was like, oh shit. That's so cool. I love it, man. I know that I guess Capcom is putting in the works for this game.
Right. It's one of their
Like,
most
kinda-
popular games ever.
Mm-hmm. Just like RE2. And I think I think I remember telling you this. What they said in an interview is like with RE2, we were trying to bring it for modern audiences, so we had to do a few changes here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas RE4 is already like good enough and modern, so all we're doing is basically just upgrading what the game is with slight changes here and there.
Right. Like it's not gonna be tank control. It's gonna play like how the modern RE is.
And obviously it has all the stuff from RE4, like if you shoot a Ganado in the face, you can run up to him and do a roundhouse kick and shit.
Nice.
So all that shit's still in there, and obviously some characters look sort of different.
Right, yeah. That's how it was with the other ones.
Yep. Like Ada Wong looks like the Ada from, well, obviously a bit older, but the Ada Wong from RE2. They did change her outfit a little bit. I'll tell you that.
It's fine. They usually been good with it.
I get it, but man, do I really love that red dress.
Does she not have a dress anymore?
I don't remember, but I know it's not the red dress.
The same as the original.
I miss that red dress, because that red dress is, I don't know, it's iconic to me. It looks cool.
I just remember you could tell the, like it wasn't just the dress, like you could tell the fabric of it. Like it looked like, oh, this looks like, is sateen a word? Yeah, silk or something like that. Like you could tell, like how they textured it. It was like, oh, that's cool. It's not just flat.
I hope they keep that one cutscene where Leon's like, for close combat you should use knives.
That's during the maze?
It is during the maze. I think it's either before or after the maze.
Yeah, but that area, in like a room.
That was always cool. So, man, my childhood is like funny because it's like, you see that cutscene, and then you have shit like Metal Gear where they also mention shit like that, and you're just like, ooh, I know how to fight now, because it's like, ooh, guns for far, knives for close. Ooh. It was so cool because during that time it was like MGS3 was a thing, and then you run into Ocelot and he's like, oh, fancy guns, and he like gets him with like his fucking CQC.
Yeah, like his gun's all engraved and shit, and it's like that shit don't matter.
Man, I really like growing up with that series, because in MGS5 Ocelot grabs like the rookie's gun.
Yeah.
And he like points, he's like, these engravings, they do nothing. It was so funny, man. That series is so good. I really wish MGS5 was finished.
I know it's not. MGS5, it's like, it's obviously, God, the plot and everything is so bad because it's not finished, but maybe not bad, but subpar. But I still had fun with the game. But the gameplay is fucking amazing.
It's the best one in the series because the gameplay is just you could do anything.
Like I think I enjoyed it. Like I didn't hate the game.
I didn't hate it either.
Yeah.
The story is where I had a problem with it.
And that's what sucks the most, cause you know, like MGS usually has I mean out there but good stories.
And obviously, like I miss like. It's just crazy because like there's stuff in like the trailer that's just not in the game.
Yeah.
Like the scene where I guess fake Big Boss is on the ground and he's covered in blood and he has the horn sticking out of his head. That's not in the game. That's just missing. He's like in a forest and he's covered in blood and he has the horn sticking out completely.
There's stuff that didn't matter either, like the ghost of Vogan? That was his name, right?
I think so, yep.
Yeah, like I remember in the trailer they were showing like that huge ass whale like coming down and stuff. It's like, what the fuck is this? He's got powers or whatever? But then like throughout the story it didn't really matter. Or what's his name? Skullface, right?
Yeah, Skullface, where you're sitting in a car with him for like an hour.
Yeah, where you're chatting with him. I don't know. The game was the whole story part was just disappointing.
Such a lust for revenge. Who? Fucking Skullface says that when I think the Metal Gear thing pops out.
I forgot his name. It started with an S. Sarcophagus.
Yeah, cause the kid, fucking kid,
Liquid.
yeah, Kid Liquid.
He goes in it, right?
Yeah. Such a lust for revenge. Oh.
There was a lot of good parts though too to the story where like the whole child soldiers.
Mhm.
I liked that a lot. I remember that.
For me, I liked Quiet stuff. Cause Quiet, the reason why she doesn't speak is because if she were to speak,
Yeah, she would spread the virus or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, that was good.
and I loved her song. Oh my god, I hated that. I was like, man, I wish there was a way to save Quiet.
The reason for her fucking outfit though was fucking bullshit.
Oh, obviously.
Fucking Kojima just wanted her in a fucking scantily clothes.
Jeff, she breathes through her skin. It's really hard.
So she needs to be in a bikini. That's all.
Yes, exactly.
We're not perverts. What the fuck?
And then you have to have a scene where she's
In the
completely wet in the rain with Big Boss. And Big Boss wets her and stuff.
So fucking weird.
It's so cool. I love it. It's so stupid.
Well, yeah, that's true. It is Metal Gear. Metal Gear is fucking stupid. It's always been.
Fucking, we have a fucking vampire that has a crotch knife that he licks.
That's right, fucking vamp.
Yeah, fucking vamp.
That was the fucking also the weirdest. That just reminded me of MGS4. Weird that Raiden went from like how he was to 2 to fucking a cyborg ninja. I
But
was like,
then
what the fuck happened to you?
that made way for one of the best games ever. One of the best memeable games ever.
It's crazy. Like, was it last year or 2021 where like a bunch of memes came out? And I was like, what is going on? This game came out in 2017. Why is there so many memes of Armstrong and the rules of nature?
That's right, Jack. The memes.
Hey, but it's cool because like it was like anytime a video would like pull that up, it'd be like, oh hell yeah, I'm digging the fucking music. I'll listen to this.
It's so good, dude. Fucking MGS, like you don't even have to go that far to like be like, oh, MGS got crazy later, man. MGS1 had a character called Deep Throat.
Yeah, it did. But although that was a reference to Escape from New York.
It was.
Yeah.
Or fucking, who was it? Wasn't it a character that's like, hurt me more?
Yeah, Gray Fox. And also, fucking Otacon pisses his pants in a scene.
It's like one of my Japanese animes.
Yeah, and isn't Johnny shitting his pants in that game too?
He's shitting in every game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a reoccurring thing. Even his great-great-grandfather or whatever from 3.
Shits his pants. At least in MGS4, they're like, there's a reason why he shits his pants.
Yeah.
In MGS4, it's like, oh, he doesn't have the suppressant. Like the weird... Oh, the nano machines!
God damn.
I remember when... Oh my god, what a throwback. I remember years when we were just like, I think year 2 or 3 when we were friends or whatever the fuck. My joke for a lot of shit, like you would be like, how the fuck does that happen? And I would answer, nano machine.
I do remember that.
Oh my god.
You remind me too now. Like a reoccurring joke would be whenever I would ask the time, you always told me time to get a watch. That shit pissed me off.
I remember that.
Like fuck, man. Okay.
I think what took over those jokes later on were JoJo jokes. Because JoJo became such a big part of my life.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh man, I'm gonna say JoJo jokes now. Nanomachines has dropped off, but I will.
That shit came
I'll
back.
bring that back. I'll bring that back. I just gotta find proper moments, you know, with cybernetics and shit.
I mean, I'm playing Cyberpunk, huh? That's futuristic.
Your character probably has nanomachines in it. Like, no joke, he probably legit does.
Yeah. There's some weird stuff. This is the future, right? And you could put implants and shit, but you still there's still people out on the streets with a cell phone. It's like, why the fuck haven't we got rid of that?
Oh, there's a reason for that.
Oh, is there really?
Yeah.
God damn it! See, this is what I'm talking about. With like playing the game, nothing's been explained that way.
In the anime, it's not really directly explained, but it's more implied. It's just that some people do not want to implant themselves. They want to stay human.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That's true, because there are some people also who don't mod their body.
Mm-hmm. And that is why people still use cell phones. Also, the world is completely fucked when it comes to health insurance stuff. Oh my god.
They still didn't explain other stuff too, where I remember the first time I talked about it, where I'm not sure what the fuck cyberpsychosis is.
You will 100% know what cyberpsychosis is
In the anime?
Yep. I'm telling you, that move that you're talking about is a huge deal, and so is cyberpsychosis, which is why people say the anime is more true to the cyberpunk thing than the fucking game is.
I'll probably like it then, because I do really enjoy the world and stuff like that, but the game itself, it's got some good and bad, so I can't say I love it.
Knowing you could probably finish the show in a single sitting.
Yeah, but well, I did say that we were gonna watch it together.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I could watch it, but nah, probably when we're able to meet up.
I just need this virus to get out.
Plus, it's not like there's no other stuff I can't watch. Like, I should start watching part 6 since everything's out now.
That or finish Better Call Saul.
No, I mean along. Yeah, like as soon as I catch up with Better Call, just move on to Stone Ocean.
Soon you'll be stuck with me going, Netflix, where the fuck is the final season?
Or I could sail the high seas and watch it.
Lucky fuck.
There's nothing stopping
I'm
you.
not a pirate. I'm not a pirate.
Yo ho ho.
I did watch the Pirates of the Caribbean movies at the beginning when I was sick.
Up to where?
I watched them all. I watched all 5 of them.
How are the 4th and 5th one?
Not as good. 5th one is, in my opinion, garbage.
Wow, really?
So,
Isn't that the
okay,
one with
look,
Javier Bardem?
I think it might have been, but there's a reason
I remember I was
for it.
hyped for that one because he was in it.
So the acting's not bad. It's just, how do I put it? It's kind of it fucks up the lore of the world that they built in the original trilogy. Like shit just starts to not make sense. There's kind of like plot holes now, and it pisses me off. It's a good movie. Like if you just sit down, turn off your brain and watch it, it's good, it's fine, it's a fun time. But it's nowhere near as good as the trilogy, and it just fucks up the lore and muddies it a lot. And they kind of shot themselves in the foot because they had some stuff where they kind of baited a little bit of like a sequel bait.
Uh-huh.
But now that's a problem because Johnny Depp said fuck you Disney because you didn't support me and
Yeah.
you literally fired me and shit. So it's like, oops. Guess we'll never get that one. The 4th movie, it's also okay. It doesn't fuck up the lore in my opinion, like at all. Because it's like its own separate story that has nothing to do with like the original trilogy. Whereas the 5th one does.
But does it just not stand out?
it just doesn't stand out.
Huh. It was like mid.
Yeah. Like, if you like Pirates of the Caribbean, you'll enjoy it. Like, I enjoyed watching it. It just wasn't my cup of tea, and I didn't like the fact that they fucked up the lore. The original trilogy, I rewatched those, and those are great. Fantastic. I love all 3 movies. It's hard to tell which one I prefer, whether it's 2 or 3. I know a lot of people pick 1.
Oh wow.
Just because
Yeah, I
of
was
the
about
atmosphere.
to say, not 1 at all.
Nope. For me, it's 2 or 3, because I really like 2 or 3. I think it's probably 3. Because 2 is really good. It's just that it feels like it definitely feels like a middle point. Like it definitely feels like they planned it out. So I was like, okay, nah, 3 is probably my favorite.
I think 1 might have to be for me, just because I remember seeing that movie so much.
Maybe 2. I don't know. Yeah, I can't think.
I remember for 2, I really loved the whole Kraken monster thing, and like the whole Davy Jones, like their whole lore. I really liked that a lot.
Yep. I like that they
Oh.
fixed that.
Did Davy Jones, did he hold up when you rewatched it? Like the CGI?
Oh, hell yeah.
Because that's the other thing I remember is like the CGI on him is amazing.
The CGI in the first movie is a little bit rough, because when you see a shit ton of them, it gets really muddied.
Hmm.
The CGI in 2 and 3, well, 2, you can tell there's actually a difference between 2 and 3. 3 has a significant improvement in the CGI.
Sure.
2, him himself is fine. It's just the crew. When you see a shit ton of them in one shot, it gets really muddy. Like, you can't really see the details too much. That's the only time I go, oh, the CG is just kind of weird, from like when you see a group of them.
It's crazy though that it's still like good after all these years though.
Davy Jones himself looks fantastic. Like, his CG is wonderful. They put a lot of budget into what that is.
It's great.
I like this lore, and also, again, I like the fact that they fix plot holes, because in the third one, you know, you mentioned the Kraken. In the third one, the Kraken is never shown again and never shows up, but they mention, because they have his heart, he was forced to kill the Kraken.
Yeah, it was like a standoff deal thing, right?
Yep, he was forced to put
I
down the
remember.
Kraken, which is insane, because Davy Jones.
Don't you see the corpse in the third movie?
Yes, you see it on an island, I think.
Yeah, I remember seeing it on like a beach or something.
Like a beached whale. I keep
Yeah.
forgetting that, and I keep not remembering that because I keep thinking it's a whale.
Well, yeah, because it's the same way.
But the Kraken, man, that shit's terrifying.
I remember I was like freaking out at the end of the second movie when I saw that in theaters. Because it ends with, if I remember right, with Jack and fighting with the Kraken, like going in his mouth, no?
So, I have a funny story, because I remember that vividly. It's like a childhood memory.
That's what I'm remembering too, that scene.
So for me, when I was coming out of the theaters, I was with my mom. And by the way, I know exactly which theater I came out of watching it. I watched it in the theater that's near Josh's house.
Oh, Mayfair.
Yeah.
I saw it in Florida for some reason. I don't know why I remember that.
I mean, that makes sense. Pirates of the Caribbean, right?
Sure, but I don't think that's what was going on with my childhood mind.
So, I saw it in that theater, and I came out with, I think, my mom. I don't know if my dad was there or not. I think it was just my mom, because me and my mom went to go see it. And I was pissed. And I was crying, and I was angry. I think I was like, I forgot how many years old I was. I think I was like
Gotta be
Eight.
young. Yeah.
8 or 7 or some shit. I don't remember, but I was crying and I was pissed because I was like, that fucking stupid bitch fucking tricked Jack to stay on the boat by kissing him. What a fucking like, I think in my head I was like, she's such a fucking slut because she loves the other dude but kisses Jack. What a fucking bitch. I was so pissed. I was so pissed.
Jesus.
And my mom was like, it's just a movie. And I was like,
You're 8 years old. Why are you so invested to this relationship?
Because I love Jack. Like, Jack was so cool to me as a kid. And I was like, that's bullshit that he dies at the end. My mom was like, you know, sometimes they die at the end. I was like, no, it's fucking bullshit. And then, obviously, the third movie happens, which is cool.
Yeah.
But it was just so funny. I was so pissed. But now that I rewatched it, I still hate her. I still hate Elizabeth. I don't like her at all. Because I think I hate her because she acts like she's mightier than thou. Like, if she, like, the whole point of her, like, now that I rewatched it, is that she transitions from an aristocrat, like, high society lady,
Yeah.
to a pirate, like a full-on pirate. She connives, she tricks, she does a bunch of shit. She's a pirate. But my problem is that she still acts like, oh, Jack, you're such a sleazeball. And I'm like, you literally just did what Jack would have done. You can't act like you're above him or every other pirate when you connived your way there.
Mm-hmm.
Even fucking Bill Turner was like, what the fuck was that? There's some lines you just don't cross. But yeah, that's like my main thing with her. Also, I found it hilarious that during the time that I finished watching Pirates of the Caribbean, I think a few years later, comes out that fucking Orlando Bloom is gay.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's gay.
The fuck? When was that
Yeah,
revealed?
2009? I don't know when the movie came out, but it was a few years after the movie.
Why the fuck don't I know that? What? You're blowing my mind.
Really? You didn't know this?
No! I never knew that. It's weird. He, at one point, probably not now, but that early 2000s, like before the 2010s, he was on 2 Juggernaut franchises. He was like one of the top like actors, because he had Pirates and he had Lord of the Rings.
So, okay, look, I'm wrong, I guess. First of all, he filed for divorce from his wife of 10 years.
That's why you're blowing
This
with
was
my mind, because I remember he was married.
This was recent. This was in 2022, June 28th.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit, this is recent!
Yeah, he's gay?
Okay. Yeah, so Orlando Bloom has finally spoken out about his sexuality, revealing that he is gay.
When was that?
Recent, June 28th, he filed for divorce.
Wow.
From his so here's the thing. During the time of Pirates of the Caribbean, it was rumored that he was a closeted gay.
Listen up, this is serious. I want you to think about it.
He never specifically outed himself
Right.
as being gay.
That happened a
And I
lot. Didn't that happen also with Ricky Martin?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think that's what happened. When I was young, I kept hearing that people kept saying he's gay, and that he's revealing that he's gay or whatever. And like, I guess it was just mostly a rumor. But it's just really funny and ironic that I'm mentioning that now, and right now he's filing for divorce and revealing that he actually was gay.
How can you be so
Mm-hmm.
no one's watching?
That's pretty funny to me.
If you're doing a deal, think about it. Maybe when you pull the trigger on that job, the corporate manufactured your eyes.
So there you go. Now your mind's been blown, and now it's actually the truth instead of me speculating.
That last one, Chuba, be honest.
Because if I had mentioned this before June, it would have been like, oh no, it's speculation.
Yeah.
And then a month later, he's filing for divorce and he's actually gay.
It's just easier now, I guess, to come out as a celebrity. In certain
mean,
things,
why?
I guess. Like last year, I wanna say there was a basketball player who came out as gay. I forgot what team he played, but he was a big deal. And it's like, oh, that doesn't happen in sports. It's happening more with like celebrities, but I guess now with the modern times, like it's gonna happen like in more mediums, I guess.
I think in sports it's way much harder, and I kind of get the understanding because of the stigma of like,
Yeah,
"Play sports, you're a man."
yeah, it has to be that old school mentality, like, oh, you gotta be macho, or like,
Or nah,
if
man,
you're gay, you complain, you know, and you shouldn't complain because you're playing sports.
or if you're gay, I don't want you touching my ass, bro. I don't want you fucking blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and yeah,
Like that type of mentality. But in like acting, I think he should have probably revealed it ages ago. But again, obviously he has his own personal life and reasons why not he has.
no, yeah, exactly.
But
It's
like
up to
I think
the individual.
when it comes to actors, it's way easier because I think just acting in general, there's not really like, I guess, a stigma or a gender attached to it, in my opinion.
Not really, unless you're a known actor for something. Like that same
Like-
mentality with like sports. Like if you were like Arnold,
Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
yeah, or Sylvester Stallone, and you came out as gay.
Stallone. Yep. That would be like, whoa, holy shit, that's cool.
Yeah, it'd be cool as hell. It's like, yeah, this dude, the freaking Terminator or fucking Rocky, he's gay,
Crazy.
and they're one of the most icons of like macho, whatever, for sure in cinema.
But nah.
Oh, I have to go.
But
This is weird. We went off in a weird tangent.
damn right we did.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Talk to you later.
All right, bye.